Hi, how y'all doing? How your mom and them? Y'all okay? We gonna talk books. We ain't talked about books in a long time. Okay? Somebody came in and left. I don't blame you. Hello, everybody. E here. I got 10 books sitting over here. Well, 10 and possible, not even honorable mention, but I got 10 books sitting here and I need to figure out what I'm going to read. I have no idea what I want to read. Uh, but I do have 10 here. Most of them are books that I bought just before I just completely stopped reading. Uh, to give you a little more backstory and information, I'm also going to be doing a video to clear all this stuff up. But um, this is weird. First time getting a notification for you in months, probably because it's book related and it's not gaming related. I found out that it sends out different notifications to different people depending on what your interests are. So that's probably why. Anyways, there's two reasons why I haven't been reading. First off, of course, I lost my disability claim. I had to go back to work. I've been doing DoorDash. I just haven't had much time to read. The biggest problem, though, is problem number two, which is something is wrong with my left eye. It's called geographic atrophy. If I look at a door frame or anything straight, like a line in the road, like a yellow line, it's curved. So when I try to read, and I have dyslexia. So when I'm trying to read, the words get all jumbled up and either letters will blend together or whatever. I have been working on it, trying to figure out a way to sight read with this new issue. So hopefully I'll be able to do this. I don't know if I will or not, but hello, Jordan, and hello, Ty. I have 10 books here, and I'm going to go through them all with you guys and be like, hey, help me pick the next one. I want something fun, something that's going to grab my attention and keep my attention. And I don't know if I don't know if there's anything in the stack that'll do it, but these probably have the best chance at doing it. So we'll wait a little while, let people get in. Let me post over there on Discord that I'm live. Let's see here. Okay. All right. I am not a bit interested in the new King book. Um I I'm not a huge fan of short stories anyway. I'm gonna get it, of course, just because I got to keep my collection up. But I am Stephen King burned out, and I'm not interested in any of his stuff. It is supposed to be more of it's supposed to be darker. But I think people are misunderstanding the title because if you look at the cover, it doesn't say anything about horror. It's just darker. It's just like the Bazaar of Bad Dreams. That one had a cover that looked like it was supposed to be horror, and there was like maybe 2 or 3 horror stories in there. Um, and what I think it's going to be is very dark literary fiction. I also have been struggling to read as of late. Started a few, but have DNF'd multiple. I have started since September. I have started roughly about 20 books, and I have DNF'd them all. I have been trying to read the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, and I'm loving it. I've been trying to read this for 2 months, and I'm that far. That's how far I am. I was reading every time we were in between. Every time we were in between dashes, I would try to read some. The thing is I need to get back to the stuff that I enjoy doing. And of course, this has always been a book channel. The video games will continue just because I like doing that, and it's more fun for me to hang out with you guys if I'm doing something than, you know, trying to think of something to talk about. Anyways, so that's fair. I'm a little burnt of King 2. I've read like 20 of his books this past year. Yeah. Not only that, but in 2015, I read his entire catalog, every single book, and I had read all of them multiple times already. I read every single one of his books in a year. That's 70 books in a year. So that burned me out. And then I started the channel in 2017. That burned me out. And then I did the reboot, the Redux series. That burned me out again. But anyways, y'all come in, y'all relax. And we're going to talk about reading slumps and all that stuff as I go through the books that I have picked for the possibles. Let's see here. I thought I DNF'd a lot this year because I've DNF'd more than usual this year. But I've still been reading slowly. Well, yeah, at least you've been reading. I'm also in a reading slump, so I hope you find something that works for you. Thank you, Nettles, first off. Hello, Zeely. Hey, Jude, how you doing? That's crazy. 70 books in a year. Well, I read other books while I was doing it, too. That year, I read 156 books, and 70 of those books were Stephen King. Yes. T-A-I sounds more like Tay. I don't know why. Well, I guess it could be Ty, but yeah, anyways. I'm around 100 pages into Doomickey. I hope you like it. It's one of my favorites from him. It's top 20 easily. Hello, Jimmy. All right, let's get going since we got the most people that I've had in here in a while. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and throw out the honorable mention. I do not necessarily want to read this book right now because it is a chunker, but I always enjoy his work, even if I disagree with him politically, even though he's a big douchebag. I found this on clearance. He ain't getting any money for it. The Fifth Heart by Dan Simmons. I'm just bringing this up because I might try it, but he writes absolutely massive books. At least it's not Drood at 800 pages. Yeah, this is 607. And that's another reason why I've kind of stalled on the 5th season is because it's 500 pages long. Anyways, I loved it back when I first tried reading it, but I had to take care of grandma and had to put it down. Gotcha. I've started only just the Dune trilogy. Oh, I love Dune, like the first book, but I absolutely hate the rest of the series. I tried the next two books. Well, I tried the next book, and I was like, I don't care about any of this. The first book, in my opinion, is absolutely perfect, and I don't know why there's a series, but I hope you enjoy it. All right, so we got this one. I'm unprepared. I'm unprepared. As usual, I'm unprepared for y'all. Ooh. So much stuff. I probably shouldn't stack it up on that shelf because I already got... Anyways, we'll figure it out. I'm going to put the stuff that I'm going to try to read up there. Okay. Oh, The Terror. The Terror is an absolute classic, not to be confused with The Abominable, which is an absolute failure. I've heard that the second Dune trilogy goes way too over the top with half worm, half human god emperors and crazy shit like that. I don't know. That shit's written by his son, right? Or is it the ones that they wrote together? Or did Frank write all of them? I don't know. All right, so the first book I'm thinking about is Bullet Train by Kotaro Asaka. And the reason why is I love the movie. I'm really interested in how different it might be, because I'm sure it's a Brad Pitt adaptation, so it's World War Z. Anyone? I mean, I'm just saying. So Bullet Train is the first one. Give you guys a little snippet of the snippet. Satoshi, the prince, looks like an innocent schoolboy, but is really a stylish and devious assassin. Already different. Risk fuels him, as does a good philosophical debate, such as questioning, is killing really wrong? Kimura's young son is in a coma thanks to the prince, and Kimura has tracked him onto a bullet train heading from Tokyo to Morioka. to exact his revenge. But Kimura soon discovers that they are not the only dangerous passengers on board. It's already hella different. Nanao, also nicknamed Ladybug, the self-proclaimed unluckiest assassin in the world, is put on the bullet train by his boss, a mysterious young woman called Maria, to steal a suitcase full of money and get off at the first stop. The lethal duo of Tangerine and Lemon, my favorite characters from the movie, are also traveling to Morioka, and the suitcase leads others to show their hands. Why are they all on the same train, and who will make it off alive? Anyways, it was a bestseller in Japan. So that's the first one. Is this even the same story? Yeah, it ends up being the same story about the briefcase, but yeah. F, just me? You said no? No? Okay. Have you read? Oh my God, Kat. Song of Kali is one of my favorites from him because of that ending. That ending literally, like this is no hyperbole, no exaggeration. I sat back and I went, what the fuck did I just read? That ending, that's one of the most disturbing endings ever since Pet Sematary, I feel. Welcome back, Jimmy. Didn't know you disappeared. You have that, not read it though? Cool. The Terror is my next attempt. I've had it for years though. It's a fantastic book. It's great horror, great characters. It does get a little long-winded at the end. It kind of goes on forever. Like the book felt like it should have ended 100 pages earlier, but he went all in on the ending. I ended up enjoying the whole thing. I gave it, I believe, 5 stars. I did read it. I did read it on stream. You're supposed to read the Ace Ventura book I sent you. Y'all remember? I read the Ace Ventura book on stream. Getting to Pet Sematary really felt like it came out of nowhere. It was a punch, and that line is the best. It's the best final line in my opinion. Now you might feel differently, but in my opinion, it's the best final line ever written. Given context of the story before it, it is absolutely perfect. And it's just one. It's just it. I want to talk about it, but I also don't want to spoil it for people who haven't read it. All right, next one up, one of my favorite authors of all time. She died way too soon. She wrote Geek Love, my favorite top 5 favorite books of all time. Toad. This was sent to me by the publisher, McG and FSG. No, McD and FSG. This one was sent, and I never got to it, but I want to read it. It's the long lost book from the author who wrote Geek Love. And if you know anything about Geek Love, that makes me super hyped for this one. I don't consider. Let me tackle that in a second, Jimmy. Let me finish talking about this. But this is what it's about. Sally Gunnar has withdrawn from the world. She spends her days alone at home, reading drugstore mysteries, polishing the doorknobs, waxing the floors. Her only companions are a vase of goldfish, a garden toad, and the door-to-door salesman who sells her cleaning supplies once a month. She broods over her deepest regrets, her blighted romances with self-important men, her long-lost struggle to feel at home in her own body, and her wayward early 20s when she was a fish out of water among a group of eccentric, privileged young people at a liberal arts college. There was Sam, an unabashed collector of other people's stories, Carlotta, a troubled free spirit, and Rennell, a self-obsessed philosophy student. Self-deprecating and sardonic, Sally recounts her misadventures up to the tragedy that tore them apart. Catherine Dunn has been dead for a long time. I don't actually know when, so this book just sat. I am interested in that, but I don't know how much fun it's going to be, so I'm kind of, I'm kind of there. I've got something for you, mommy. What the fuck? That's my favorite king for sure. You talking about Pet Sematary? Okay, read that tennis book I sent you. I almost put it in this stack because it was sitting in this stack. It was sitting in the stack of all the books that were sent to me and all the books that I purchased just before I hit this reading slump. Yeah, it does sound. It sounds truly depressing. It does. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds depressing. All right, so going back to Jimmy with the autobiography, nonfiction, and you guys are gonna get so mad at me about this, especially probably even Ty. No, Ty respects other people's opinions, and most of you do too. But what I'm getting at is, I don't consider nonfiction reading. When I think of reading, I think of it as an enjoyment factor, and I want to escape into something. So I have read several nonfiction books since September. I've read 9 different books on the Salem witch trials. I read a stack of books down here, right here. This stack of books, all those. That's the Beatles / all those for a book that I'm writing about rock and roll. I've read all that stuff, but none of it was fun. It was all educational. So what I want is something that's going to take me out of the real world. I don't want to learn. I want to have fun. I want to go back to reading for fun. S.L. Gray, nah. But Cat, no offense, and I appreciate you trying to help. I'm trying to get through that. I bought over 100 books the month before I got into this reading slump. And I got to read something, because if I can't get through these books, I'm just not buying anymore. And I'm going to go focus on video games and dashing and just give up on this whole reading thing, especially with the eye problems I'm having. So no recommendations, I guess, because I'm going to end up going over to Amazon, seeing something I like, and end up buying something that I'm not going to read, that kind of thing. So let's focus on what we got here. All right. Nonfiction is an escape for me. I love learning and have fun learning, especially about animals, nature. But yes, I respect we all have different tastes. Yeah. What eye problems? I have geographic atrophy in the left eye, and the video is flipped, so it's this eye. It's when I look at something that's straight, it curves it. So it's especially bad for reading, because while I'm reading it, and I'm dyslexic, so it just makes a jumbled mess. It's like a fucking word search when I look at a page. How many are coming of age? I don't know that this one might be. The next one up is August Kitco and the Mechas from Space by Alex White. This one is about the robots are coming to kill us, and there's nothing we can do about it but wait. Jazz pianist Gus Kitco expects to spend his final moments on Earth playing piano at the greatest goodbye party of all time, and maybe kissing rock star Ardent Violet before the last of humanity is wiped out forever. But when the giant robotic vanguards finally arrive, the unthinkable happens. Instead of killing Gus, one decides to save him. Suddenly, Gus's swan song becomes humanity's encore, as he is chosen to join a small group of traitorous mechas and their pilots dedicated to saving us all. And Gus isn't going down without a fight in F major. Okay, the whole reason I haven't read this yet, and it's huge font. It's an Orbit book, so it's not really that thick. I think it's like 400 pages, but Orbit books are notoriously, they have huge font. It's only 400 pages. Anyways, everyone who has read this that I know and I trust said that it is a lot of fun, but it is also very kid friendly. And yes, I am one of those people that as soon as I hear kid friendly, I walk away from a story. I don't know what it is. I'm not. Perfect example: the Pixar movies. The Pixar movies weren't kids movies at first. They were art house films. They were for everybody. It just happened to be, cartoony. They had very dark themes and all that stuff. Nowadays, it's more directed toward kids. Look at Cat. No, I'm sorry, Cat. I'm sorry. I don't really think of research as reading, probably because research, reading, collecting facts is a different process. Exactly. Fiction requires a mental dedication to immersing in the story. Bryce, beautifully said. That's exactly how I feel. That is exactly how I feel. Exactly. This might be a coming of age, Jimmy. I don't know, but I think it's a young person younger person. I don't know, but it's also queer. So hell yeah. That sounds fun. To be fair, it does. I have this one, bought it for $1, not read it yet. I'm reading a book on snails for research, but I actually don't need to. I'm doing it mostly just because I love learning about animals. Rad. I'm using research as an excuse to not look weird. This is the best book channel on YouTube. Ain't been no book content in how long? I dearly appreciate you, Kat. I really do. But I don't know what else to do. My favorite form of literature is not good in audiobook. Because I like dissecting the lines, and I would just have to I would literally have to rewind it, write it down so I could dissect what, like my favorite genre is literary fiction. Really deep structure and theme and all that stuff. And with audiobooks, my attention span is not great. I usually use audiobooks for like action and horror and things like that I don't have to pay too much attention to. Oh yeah, the same. Which one's your favorite? My favorite is the one by Mary Kay Roach. Six Women in Salem, something like that. That one's my favorite. That one's my favorite. All right, next up we have Leech, which I believe is YA horror. I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. It's published by Tor, but it's supposed to be gothic horror. I'm not a big fan of gothic horror either, but look at that cover, and it's about leeches or worms or something. In an isolated chateau as far north as north goes, the Baron's doctor has died. The doctor's replacement has a mystery to solve, discovering how the Institute lost track of one of its many bodies. For hundreds of years, the Interprovincial Medical Institute has... I have problem with black on white text. It really warps, and this is what I'm talking about because it looks like I'm reading a fucking eye chart. Has grown by taking root in young minds and shaping them into doctors, replacing every human practitioner of medicine. The Institute is here to help humanity to cure and to cut, to cradle and protect the species from the apocalyptic horrors their ancestors unleashed. In the frozen north, the Institute's body, it's better at a distance. The Institute's body will discover a competitor for its rung at the top of the evolutionary ladder. A parasite is spreading through the Baron's castle. Already, I thought that said Dirk Pitt, like from Clive. Never mind. Already a dark pit of secrets, lies, violence, and fear. The two will make war on the battlefield of the body. Whichever wins, humanity will lose again. Anyways, I read that, but I didn't retain anything because I was fighting to read it. Leech ain't no YA, and it's awesome. Okay, all right. Well, it'll stay on the list then. Who y'all been talking? Hang on. You're welcome, Bryce. Loved reading. Yeah. I drift off with audiobooks. That can be a problem with me too, but I try not to listen to them at night. The snail book I got is almost 800 pages. You're on like page 60. Cool. Roach's book is awesome. Yeah. Hey Terry. August Kitco sounds interesting. I'd vote for that. For me, nonfiction can be an escape too sometimes, but I understand where you're coming from. My favorite genre is historical fiction. Cool. Very cool. And I knew that about you. I knew that. It's not like I don't love fiction. I know. I know, Ty. Roach's other book, The Salem. I have that one too. I should show you my collection of witch books. It's pretty fucking extensive. Bought August Kitco on Kindle E. You bad influence. Has anyone bought McDonald's large fries? What the fuck you talking about? Fries? A Delusion of Satan was okay. I have not read that one. I believe I own it though. This one breaks my heart. This is my favorite author that I rarely ever get to talk about. And I've been wanting to read this since I got it. But it's also the first book that I realized that I was having a sight issue with. And the text, for some odd reason, didn't help at all. But it's Jesmyn Ward's Let Us Descend. Jesmyn Ward has won the, National Book Award twice. Twice! All right, Let Us Descend is a reimagining of American slavery, as beautifully rendered as it is heart-wrenching. Searching, harrowing, replete with transcendent love, the novel is a journey from the rice fields of the Carolinas to the slave markets of New Orleans and into the fearsome heart of a Louisiana sugar plantation. I don't want to read anymore, but that's what this one's about. It's not going to be fun, but it's going to be a good read. We're halfway through. I'm literally eating. Whatever. All right, here's one that's been requested numerous times on the channel because people are still like, hey, we want you to be reading and not, playing video games all the time. Yon Nesba, The Night House. It's his first horror novel. And it's also gorgeous with a fucking blurb from Dickface McFuckstick. Anyways, you didn't hear me say that. Okay. In the wake of his parents' tragic deaths in a house fire, 14-year-old Richard Alaved has been sent to live with his aunt and uncle in the remote insular town of Ballantine. Richard quickly earns a reputation as an outcast, and when a classmate named Tom goes missing, everyone suspects the new angry boy is responsible for his disappearance. No one believes him when he says the telephone booth out by the edge of the woods sucked Tom into the receiver like something out of a horror movie. No one, that is, except Karen, a beguiling fellow outsider who encourages Richard to pursue clues the police refuse to investigate. His sleuthing leads him to an abandoned house in the Mirror Forest, where he catches a glimpse of a terrifying face in the window, and then the voices begin to whisper in his ear. Oh, that's in italics. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to read this. Hang on. She's going to burn. The girl you love is going to burn. There's nothing you can do about it. When another classmate disappears, Richard must find a way to prove his innocence and preserve his sanity, as he grapples with the dark magic that is possessing Ballantine and pursuing his destruction. Then again, Richard may not be the most reliable narrator of his own story. Yon Nesba, he does amazing twists, so I'm looking forward to that one. Hang on. It's hot. It is disgusting. Oh, by the way, I'll keep you guys updated on Discord, but we got some nasty fucking weather coming in tonight. It's clear and sunny outside. We already have tornado warnings in effect. They let the touchdown in northern Alabama already. It's supposed to happen between 3 and 5 a.m. I'm not happy, but hopefully we're all right. We haven't got hit yet. Knock on wood, knock on anything, whatever you want to do. But yeah, it's I'm concerned about this one because it's a level 3 threat out of 5. So yeah, I'm worried. But I'll keep you guys up to date. I have this, but haven't read it yet. Nettles, you talking about the Night House? You had 1 touchdown last week. It's been all over the place, man. I have that. Which one do you want a buddy read, Nettles? You got to give me a title. I have that one too. The cover caught my eye too, but now Kindle changed its cover. What did it change it to? Probably the paperback. So far, my votes on the Plantation Deep South literary novel. All right. Hope you guys stay safe. Thank you. Get the fuck out of that state. I can barely afford to pay the bills right now, Nettles. Where am I supposed to go? The Night House? All right, Nettles. If that one wins, that's the one we'll do. All right, next up, we have one. This is going to be fun just because I like puzzles, and Ian Reed doesn't do anything that isn't puzzling. We Spread by Ian Reed. In fact, the first book, what is it? It's a long one. I'm thinking of Ending Things, I believe. That book is actually read better backward, as in reading the final chapter and then going each chapter in reverse, not like literally backward, but it's better if you read it that way. All right. What are you crying for, Nettles? What are you crying for? All right. Penny, an artist, has lived in the same apartment for decades, surrounded by the artifacts and keepsakes of her long life. She is resigned to the mundane rituals of old age until things start to slip. Before her longtime partner passed away years earlier, provisions were made, unbeknownst to her, for a room in... I'm finding if I tilt my head different directions, it starts to look right for a second. For a room in a unique long-term care residence where Penny finds herself after one too many incidents. Initially surrounded by peers, conversing, eating, sleeping, and looking out at the beautiful woods around the house, all is well. She even begins to paint again, but as the day starts to blur together, Penny, with a growing sense of unrest and distrust, starts to lose her grip on the passage of time and on her place in the world. Is she succumbing to the subtly destructive effects of aging, or is she an unknowing participant in something more unsettling? The rest is like, it's great and all that other stuff. Yeah, reading is meant to be fun, and I'm going to end up with a sore neck if I have to keep doing like this while I'm reading, but someday the monster in the dead white woods will make contact with... I fucking hope not. I want you to live somewhere better and know how hard that... Yeah, thank you, Nettles. I know. Hey, what up? What up, Lee? It's been 9 months since I finished a book. Yeah, it's been 9 months. Since September, because I read the last book for 31 Days of Halloween in September, and I haven't finished one since. All right, next one is The Hollow Kind by Andy Davidson. I loved... What was the name of the book? No. It's got the red cover. It's not Mr. Splitfoot. That's a different author. That's Samantha Hunt. What was the name of the book? It was like Southern Gothic. It was amazing. Anyways, it's probably hang on. The Boatman's Daughter. The Boatman's Daughter. I absolutely love that, so I had to pick this one up. This one is The Hollow Kind, Andy Davidson. It's got maps and shit. Look at that. Look at that. Got maps and shit, man. All right. And he does really, really good. Hey, David, how you doing? The Boatman's Daughter. Yeah, it's not The Night Boat. That's The Night Boat is Robert R. McCammon, right? Yeah, you're thinking McCammon. Yeah. When Nellie Gardner learns that she has inherited a turpentine estate from her long-lost grandfather, she throws everything she can think of in her pickup and flees to Georgia with her 11-year-old son, Max, in tow. August Redfern's estate is a receipt? No, it's not. Decrepit. Did y'all know that with geographic atrophy that the word decrepit looks like receipt? Or perhaps that's the dyslexia side talking. August Redfern's estate is a decrepit farmhouse on 1,000 acres of old pine forest, but Nellie sees it as the perfect refuge, a safe place to hide from her violent husband and the chance for a fresh start. But Max sees what his mother can't. Redfern Hill, is no haven. Something lurks beneath the soil, ancient and hungry. Y'all might not get to vote. I'm a sucker for shit like The Worm by Stephen Laws. Anything with like old evil under the ground, with the power to corrupt hearts and destroy souls. And Nellie's return is about to wake it up. That sounds really fucking good. That sounds really fucking good. Even if I can't read this, I'm going to. Even if I can't read this, I'm gonna get the audiobook. All right, we're down to the last two. Sounds fantastic. It does. It does. Thank you, Terry. It is what it is, though. Hang on, I gotta respond to somebody. All right. You vote for that one. You vote for it. All right. I got two more. But I think we got the book, y'all. I think we got the book. And I hadn't read most of these descriptions because, I don't like reading descriptions going into books. And this one's kind of a chunker. I believe it's kind of a chunker. That's a handsome motherfucker. Look at him. That is a handsome dude. Damn, you go, Andy. I didn't know you were all swagged up like that. All right, here we go. Next one, another one of my favorite authors. And why she's one of my favorite authors is because she made sci-fi fun and interesting, and almost nothing happens in the book. I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, the luminescent kind or something like that. I'll look in a second. But Caitlin Starling, Last to Leave the Room. This is one of the last books that I got. The Luminous Dead. I'm sorry. So, Last to Leave the Room. This one is the city of San Sirocco. She always makes her own places up. Is sinking. The basement belonging to Dr. Tamsin Rivers, the arrogant, selfish head of the research team assigned to find the source of the subsidence, is sinking faster. This is white text on a black background. I can read that no problem. I have no idea why the colors matter. As Tamsin grows obsessed with the distorting dimensions of the room at the bottom of the stairs, she finds a door that didn't exist before. And one night, it opens to reveal an exact physical copy of her. The doppelganger is sweet and biddable, whereas Tamsin is calculating and cruel. It appears fully, terribly human, passing every test Tamsin can devise. But the longer the double exists, the more Tamsin begins to forget pieces of her life, to lose track of time, to grow terrified of the outside world. With her employer growing increasingly suspicious, Tamsin must try to hold herself together long enough to figure out what her double wants from her and just where the mysterious door leads to. This sounds fucking great too. All right, so it's down to these two. I know I probably know which one y'all gonna pick, but it's down to these two, right? It's got to be down to those two. It's got to be. I read synopsis. I read synopsis before I start reading. I got you. Yeah. Yeah, there's a photo of him on stage playing the guitar. Hey, Mike, how you doing, brother? I haven't gotten the books out yet. They're still sitting over here. As Ty will tell you, it'll be a minute, but I'll get it to you guys eventually. Just like I got Ty the Rocky Horror Picture Show eventually. It'll come eventually. Yeah, there's a photo of him on stage playing the guitar, and he looks. Oh, Andy Davidson. Yeah, he's a very, very good-looking guy. I'm gonna ask Shell if I can have a hall pad. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I've read this. It's really good. Which one? This one? Don't do that. This one? Is this the one that you read, Lazy? And it's really good. Now you got me worried because we have very differing tastes. All right, one more, and then we'll do like a final vote. All right. Y'all know I love this author. I have a love-hate relationship with this author. Y'all know I will talk him up and talk him down at the same time. Chuck Palahniuk, not forever, but for now. I have no idea what this is about. This will be the first time I ever read a Chuck Palahniuk description before reading it. Meet Otto and Cecil, two brothers growing up privileged in the Welsh countryside. They enjoy watching nature shows. I don't have to tilt my head. I just kind of have to move around so that I can see what the first letters are. As long as I can see the first letters, I can usually pick out what it says. Playing with their pet, they enjoy watching nature shows, playing with their pet pony, impersonating their grandfather, and killing the help. Murder is the family business after all. Downton Abbey, this is not. However, it is not so easy to continue the family legacy with the constant stream of threats and distractions seemingly leaping from the hedgehog? Hedgerow. It's hedgerow. It's not hedgehog. It's not hedgehog. It's hedgerow. Okay. First, there is the matter of the veritable cavalcade of escaped convicts who keep showing up at their door. Not to mention the debaucherous new tutor who has a penchant for speaking in, I know it doesn't say geek, it's got to be Greek, but the little tail of the G and the R look like one thing. It's got to be Greek. No matter how I look at it, it looks like geek. And dismembering sex dolls. Okay. Then there's mummies, burgeoning. Oh, this is so fucking annoying with these bigger words. Opioid addiction. And see, opioid addiction looked like all one word. I thought it said automatopoeia there for a second. And who knows where Daddy is? He just vanished. This is fucking embarrassing. Oh my God. Yet, I don't want to hear any excuses from y'all out there that you feel like you're going to make an ass of yourself on camera. Because look at me. Better go make your videos, live your dreams. He just vanished one day after he and Mummy took a walk in the so-called ghost forest, with grandfather putting pressure on Otto to step up. It becomes clear that this will all end in one of two ways: a nuclear apocalypse or just another day among the creeping whistle? The fuck is that? Thistle, creeping thistle, and tree peonies? Is tree peonies a he don't talk? Shut up. Is tree peonies a thing, or am I on crack? Because no matter how, and in a novel written by Chuck Palahniuk, either is equally possible. That sounds great, but I don't know if I'm in the mood for that one. All right, so final vote is down to two books. I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible. I'm about to put this over on the community page. So Discord. Can I do polls on Discord? I don't know if I can or not. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Which one? Mike, you about to get banned for life, brother. You're about to get banned for life. Perfect is overrated. Thank you, Ty. Holokind. No, it wasn't trepanning. It wasn't that. It was, fuck it, we'll do it live. Oh, I already put it on the bottom. Hollow. All right. We got one. Yeah, we only got one so far for. We got two for this one, but I think Andy, the pretty boy won. Andy, if you ever watch this or somebody tells you, hey, Edward Lawrence calling you a pretty boy, It's a compliment. You're fucking gorgeous. Anyway, I'm not calling you a pretty boy. Like, that's all the substance you got. I also like your fucking books. I'm just saying, man. You're a handsome dude. Don't worry, I'm married. I ain't trying to get in them cheeks. It's okay. Calm your ass down. Philistines, all of you, except Cat. I think that's also why I can, if I can't hold my book this far away from me and read comfortably. I can't do that. But the reason I don't have any problem with like chat is because it's so far away. Like, because you guys, look, I can't even touch the shit from here. Hey, ladies, no. All right. So we got the hollow kind. We like Starling too, Mike. Yeah. Tell him he has soulful eyes. I don't know if he has soulful eyes, but motherfucker's dreamy as hell. Look at that, man. You see that coming at you? Boy, there ain't a dry seat in the house. Ain't a dry seat in the house. The opposite of me, I'm nearsighted. If I can't see, I need to get closer. I understand. Andy sliding into E's DMs. What up, homie? You think I'm pretty? It's like, yeah, I do. I ain't trying to get it. I ain't trying to cheat though. I ain't trying to cheat. So go the fuck away, Andy. Andy, stop it. Nearsighted have glasses. It's not a nearsighted thing. For some odd reason, things that are farther away don't warp as badly. So, but yeah, this eye is fucked. And there's no cure for it, and it's only going to get worse, and it may even travel to the other eye. So that's what I had to look forward to. But, if it gets that bad, I'll just listen to audiobooks. Yeah, I have glasses. My eyes aren't that bad, though, I swear. So I wear them when I need to. Gotcha. Terry's nearsighted, but some close-up stuff is blurry, too. Gotcha. Yeah, it is what it is, J-Rod. I'm not trying to be depressing here, but all right. So what I'm going to do is if I read, I'm going to start this one tonight. If I finish it, I will do this one. That's what I'm going to do. So those will be coming inside with me. Those will be coming inside with me. Hi, Andy. Hello, Mr. Davidson. Can I call you daddy? When I was a teen, I was a good-looking guy and looked up to all these rock stars. When I started balding, I was reassured when I saw pictures of authors and thought maybe everything would be okay. Oh, shit. I don't know if you meant that to be funny, Bright. I'm pretty sure you did. But oh, that's good shit. That's the second time you've got me today, Bryce. First with that quotable shit you said up top about research, and now this one. Very good. Very, very good. Very good. I did. I thought so. You got to go. Hey, Nick! I'll come inside with you any day. Oh, I can't wait for this chest cold. Man, what a way to come in like a wrecking ball, man. Thanks for the $10. How you doing, Nick? I jacked the spell. It's all right. It was still it was hella worth it. I'm dying. You missed the voting. We voted. Look. Yeah, I know you. So we're doing the hollow kind is what we're doing. I'm reading this. I'm starting it tonight. It looks like it'll be pretty simple. If not, then if I can't get through it, if it frustrates me to the point of quitting it, I will download the audiobook. Because I still have 3 Audible credits that I racked up before my credit card got cut off. So yeah, this chat is fantastic. I got the best chat on YouTube. Period. I don't care what anybody says. You're in a Taco Bell parking lot. Y'all hear that? It's hold up. Let me tell you what just happened. I put my bottle, I rested it on my belly like this, and I was laughing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it was just a knocking. I was like, where's the knocking coming from? Stop falling over, Buck. I was like, where's the knocking coming from? I thought it was on the door, but it wasn't coming from that direction. Like Santa, yeah. Oh my god, like a bowl full of jelly. Holy shit. That looked hella sus. It did. Awesome chat. It's the best. Very, very much so. Whoo. Oh, it's so good. Whew, I needed that. All right. I do have to go. We got to go to Target and pick up an order. And then after that, we got to come home and I got to try and get some reading done. So, love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and helping. Honestly, what probably would have happened is I would have ended up just reading like the Starling or something else, because the Hollow Kind, I went into the Boatman's Daughter without reading the description, and I was very, very happy. So I might not have even, yeah, sorry, Nick. You just came in here, dropped $10, and now I'm about to end, but I was only going to be here for an hour. But I love you, brother. I appreciate you. Yes, we must go to Target. We must go to Target. But yes. All right. Bye, Nick. Bye, Jimmy. Bye, Mike. Bye, Terry. Bye, J-Rod. I will drive safe. Thank you, Terry. Lazy, Ty, anyone else who I might have missed. Love your faces. But until next time, I have been E, you have been you. This has been another live stream. I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll keep you guys updated in videos or in live streams how I'm doing with the book. But yeah, bye. Bye, Zeely. Doo-doo-doo.